everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Saturday. It's kind of an okay day here. It's not raining, so that's a good thing. So I don't know, maybe you're in your craft room, maybe you're out and about, maybe it's sunny where you are. We had some beautiful weather here this week and then it got colder again. Not really cold, but a little bit colder. So it's not quite feeling as spring-like as it did earlier in the week. I missed you guys on Thursday night. I actually was making cookies. Well, I was decorating cookies. I took a cookie decorating class. Oh gosh, it was so much fun. We had lots of fun decorating 12 cookies that I brought home for my husband and me. And so I had fun doing that. And some of you may have seen the pictures that I shared on Facebook of these adorable cookies. Anyway, I'm glad to be back. So today I'm going to make a card using the On the Ocean bundle. Now this is a brand new bundle to me. I've been seeing such cute cards, I couldn't resist in getting it. And I'm happy to say that it's being carried over into the annual catalog. And so that's always a good thing when you buy a new bundle or stamp set or something new, and it's actually carried over. Hey Mary, welcome. So I thought I would make a card using it today. I've had some ideas. I've done some of the die cutting already, so we'll see how this works out. Sometimes my ideas that I have in my head don't work out as well as I think they're going to, but we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm going to switch over and a sec. There we go. Switch over. There we go. All right. So this is the On the Ocean bundle. So it's kind of we used to have a sailboat. So for me, this is kind of should have been a no-brainer, but a kind of an old-fashioned pirate ship. And so it's got the stamps. It's got some great dies. I'm using the dies today. So you can actually cut a ship out from these dies. There are, of course, dies to cut out these pieces. And then there are also, get them, a die to cut out a skull and crossbones. Hey, Betty, welcome. And some waves. These are really pretty. So that's what I'm using today. Now, you guys may have seen all of there's lots of going on last week with the new in colors, the new color refresh, the retired list. So I will be sharing that on my Facebook group and in newsletters coming up. So I just there were a few issues with the retired lists. And so before I actually push them out in a newsletter, I wanted to make sure that Stampin' Up! Had fixed the issues that they had. So many things like to keep up with when they do their catalogs. So I will be sharing those coming up early next week, because the sale on the retired items, the ones that are retired, the last chance sale starts next week. All right, so I've got a piece of Night of Navy cardstock and I've cut it 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to score it at 4.25. All right, so that's the score line. This is the raised line, so fold into that raised line. The other thing I'll be sharing out, a couple of things. I will be sharing out product share for the upcoming catalogs, so stay tuned for that. I've just about got all the details sorted out for that. And also Color Club. So in color as well as the Color Refresh Club. If you want to kind of take your time at ordering some of the colors, you can join my club and do it that way. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut out these pieces. So these are, yes, yeah, the retiring colors, all of the in stock today. That's good, Betty. It's a good thing. If you really want them, now's the time to order before they run out for sure. All right, I cut out the ship in crumb cake. So it's actually cut out and embossed, which is cool. That's the kind of body of the ship. I've cut out 2 different sails, one in very vanilla and one in basic white, because I thought the sails, I don't know, the sails are often kind of dirty on ships in my experience. So I thought that the very vanilla for the one that's got the mast on it, and I'm going to do some sponging because I think they're just too clean as they are, but I thought it kind of was just a little bit different. So I'm going to kind of create some 3-dimension to it. And then I cut some of the waves out. So I cut 2 pieces of balmy blue and I cut that waves. And then this one's so fun. Oopsie. Let's see if I can get it. So this is a very detailed wave that I didn't realize that's what it was going to look like when I cut it out of that piece. Okay, so let's actually start putting our card together. So I cut out a piece of balmy blue. That's 4 inches by 5 1/4 for a first layer. And then I've got a piece of basic white that's 3 3/4 by 5. So that's what I'm going to do. My ship is going to be on that. And I think I'm going to end up doing it. Let's see. I'll probably put my ship together and then figure it. I think it's going to end up being portrait. It just feels like it's taller and narrower. So like that. Let's do some sponging before we actually do this. So I have some crumb cake and I've got my small blending brush. So, oopsie. Let's get this. I like to leave the lid open. So pick up some color and I'm just going to kind of, I probably should even be using early espresso, but I think, oopsie, this is okay. I just want to kind of, I don't know, dirty up the ship a little bit. It's too clean and perfect. All right, so that's the, and I wanted to use this one as well on my sails. Now, I don't want a lot. I just want to kind of give the sails just a little bit of, well, they're not quite so perfect. Hey, Darlene, welcome. Yeah, not too late at all. Oopsie, there we go. That. There we go. That's just make the mast a little bit darker than the sails. Okay. Now, I wanted to do some waves on my piece. Now I've cut the waves. I actually want to do some sponging or some distressing on those as well, so they're not quite so perfect. But before I do that, I'm just going to grab a piece. All right. So I've got a piece of cardstock I've just taken. I got a spot on it. That's why it ended up. Hey, good. Hey, Sue, welcome. Hey, Kathy. All right, so I've got a piece of, this is just a scrap of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to just take it and tear it, not perfectly. I just kind of want to tear. So if you've never done this technique, this is a great way to add some interest on, especially a card. Hey, Glenda from Moose Jaw. Perfect. I've been to Moose Jaw. Of course, I've been to the tunnels. Oh, tunnels in Moose Jaw, yes. All right, I used to work in Saskatchewan. So I've just cut this piece kind of, and I'm just going to take, and I'm using balmy blue. I should have kept my, oh, I'm going to get it very dark. That's why I like to keep my lid open and tap off, because I've got a really dark spot, but that's okay. The waves are dark. So I'm just kind of creating, the waves maybe should go the other way, but that's okay. We can turn it and make it go the other way. So it just adds kind of some interest, makes it maybe look a little bit more like an ocean along the bottom. It's a great way to make a card look vintagey. If you've ever looked at cards that are kind of vintagey with maps, for example. So now I'm going to just take this piece, these pieces of waves. So I'm going to put this one, I'm going to pop one of them up. Maybe I'm going to pop both of them up. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Kind of like that. That's kind of my idea. So I think what I'm going to do is just put some, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. And these are longer than what you need, but I originally, when I cut these out, I thought I was going to make a landscape card. And so that's kind of what I was cutting them out long enough. So I'll trim these off before I adhere it down. So let's put that one on like that. I may end up not using that really detailed die cut that I went ahead and cut, but sometimes you never know what's going to work on a card. Save your pieces. If you cut pieces out and then end up not using them, I always just put them into the stamp pad, or sorry, the stamp set, and so I've always kind of got them. All right, I'm going to try and just tuck that one, kind of offset it a little bit so the waves aren't in the same spot, and then I will trim this one. We were born in Moose Jaw, Mary. Yeah. I only went to Moose Jaw once when I was in. I worked in Saskatchewan for 9 years, almost 10 years. I was there 1 week out of every month for quite a bit of that time. I was in Regina. So we made a trip to see the, let's just see where this is going to go. This kind of goes like that. Isn't this fun? Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to lay this flat. We're going to adhere this, the boat flat. Just a little bit of glue up this. Can't remember that's called. Like that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to adhere this wave flat. It's got the wave. What am I saying? Sail. This sail flat. It's got the mast, so we'll put that flat, and then we'll use dimensionals on this one to pop it up. Oh gosh, 20 butterflies. Betty, you were busy. Huh. Yes, keep them around because, you know, if you don't need them at some point, for sure, oops, I need a small one for that. You will probably need them. Sometimes it's kind of fun to just challenge yourself to use whatever, you know, die cuts or pieces that you have on your craft table and make something out of it. They don't all have to come from the same set. All right, so we'll just kind of make it look like those sails are out in front like that. Now, where, she says, are we going to put the sentiment? Because I got this long sentiment. Oh, I forgot the birds. So let's do some birds in Night of Navy. One of the fun stamps in this set is these birds. So let's make sure I've got the birds. Yeah, going the right way. So we'll just put some birds up like that. And then, well, let's glue this on this piece, and then we'll figure out where we're gonna put the sentiment. The stamp set has some really fun sentiments on it. Got a birthday sentiment, so this is a great masculine card. If you have somebody in your life that loves the ocean, doesn't have to be a sailor, or just a masculine card. There we go. Okay, now this is the sentiment I was going to use. I got it upside down. Nope. It says, hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. So let's use this piece of my scrap that I found in my recycle bin. Stamp it on because I usually end up fussy cutting it anyway. Oops, I was going to stamp something on the inside. So let's do that while we have the ink open. There is this really cool Where's my stamps? I love this one. It looks kind of like, you know, kind of moody waves. So let's see what it actually looks like when we stamp it. Oh yeah, that's fun. Probably could have done it in balmy blue, but I've already stamped it. So that's kind of fun for the bottom of the card. And then, where's my crumb cake? I like the ship's wheel. So let's stamp the ship's wheel down here. There we go. Combination of crumb cake and Night of Navy is, I love it. Ordered the crinkle ribbon. Oh, I didn't notice that one. Oh gosh, you mean the white seam binding? Oh yeah, that's an old favorite for me too. Yeah, yeah. Me neither. As I said earlier, this was a late edition, so I was happy to see it carrying over. So I cut this one. I had a piece that was 3 3/4 by 5, so it's actually a little bit smaller. I kind of like it on the inside of the card when you see more of the card base around it. Okay, so we still have to figure out where we're going to put this. So as always, I'm just going to take and fussy cut. I'm not going to cut around. I'm just going to cut a rectangle. So you could use a die. I could have pre-cut this. But I'm just cutting, and I don't worry too much if I haven't got everything straight. So maybe like right. I kind of like it there. Okay, we'll do it there. And I think I will use dimensionals. So if you had some, I could have put some linen thread, for example, on behind this. I'm going to use some of the, I think they're called rustic metallic dots. Is that what they're called? Yeah, rustic metallic dots. That's what I'm going to use as the embellishment on my card. Oh, my dimensional got a little close to the edge, so I'm going to kind of just cut a little bit of it off. And that will just go right like that. And then let's see. Let's just kind of we'll just put, there we go. There we go. That looks like, I don't know, rivets or something on the sailboat. All right. Kind of fun. Now, I might have, if I do this again, I might actually do some more distressing and actually do some kind of real light background stamping on the sails, just to kind of distress them up a little bit more. But I like how that turned out. Hopefully you do too. And then the inside. Definitely a fun bundle. Kids like sailboats and boats, so it's kind of that kind of old-fashioned pirate ship. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Now, like I said, I will be posting the retired lists. Probably I'm going to try and get them out either today or tomorrow, so people have them. The sale on them, the last chance sale on the retired, starts on April 4th, I think. Hey, Therese. And so, yeah, you can get some great deals on the items that are retiring. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Retired list, the new in colored club. Stay tuned for the information on my product share. Also, I have a crafting day scheduled for September 30th. So it's a ways off, but I'm in the planning stages for it. So I'm getting close to being able to post initial registration for it. So you can come in person, you can do your own thing. I'll have some tables for some, if you just want to come and do some scrapbooking or whatever it is you want to spend the day doing. If you want to come and do the classes, I will have a class in the morning, class in the afternoon. So you can do both, you can do one or the other. And there will also be the crafting day by mail option if you don't live close to me but still want to take you know, spend some time crafting. So you'll get the PDF and the make and take kit, as well as the pillow gifts and the swag that I will be sending to everybody. All right, if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that information. I will be sharing it. So September 30th, if you are interested, mark it on your calendar and stay tuned for the information. Now I'll be back live tomorrow at 12 with another project for you, and hope you'll join me then. Otherwise, have a great day, and hope you're enjoying your craft room. Happy stamping. Bye.